Where to go first means prioritization of damaged areas. Information on the incident may come from a number of sources, but the point is to identify relevant factors. During the early times after an event, local authority, first responders, and user teams can start an initial action phase proceeding to overlaying pre-event activities with the first information available post-event. After the initial action phase, cyclically, it's necessary to complete the analysis with the consolidating phase. A more detailed picture of the situation obtaining overlaying the initial action phase result with other information. Performing these two phases makes possible to make informed decision after the event based on data. The methodology is based on the analysis of the first available data immediately after an event, from pre-ISR to ASR1 through ASR0. Assessment is an essential component and includes collection and processing of data from different sources using different techniques in order to produce information that can be used for decision-making in a disaster response scenario. The main advantage of tripartite assessment is the development of an operational framework based on the best information available from pre-event and post-event phase. This is expressed through a key product, pre-crisis and crisis phase. The pre-crisis phase involves the collection, and analysis of the base map, buildings, strategic buildings, population densities, emergency areas, main characteristics, and road system. As a result, the pre-crisis framework is a pre-event operational map where are identified all the relevant information needed to manage the scenario, including pre-sectorization. During the first times after an event, local authority, first responders, and user teams can begin the initial action phase, proceeding to superimpose the pre-crisis picture with the first information available after the event. Pre-sectorization, information from social media, last-minute information from Lima, first information from scientific community, for example shake maps and alert systems. The objective of the initial action phase is to understand a situation in order to identify the most affected geographic areas, the populations most affected, and the priority needs. The purpose of the initial action phase is not to identify an intervention, but to find out whether or not action is needed. It informs the strategic statement and initial decision-making on the scale and allocation of resources. All assessments are based on the same principle, the identification of vulnerabilities and capacities, and follow the same process: review of secondary data, observation, interviews, and analysis. Conducted after the initial action phase, the consolidating phase will include a systematic analysis of pre- and post-crisis data to determine a more detailed picture of the situation prevailing over the outcome of the initial action phase with other information from staff on site, flight activities, or satellite use. The situational map must be updated regularly in a cyclic work where the details on site grow over time. Assessment are processes, not just a collection of data. With a systematic analysis of primary information and using an analytical framework and prioritization model, intervention can be decided.